So AI is eating software. And by eating software, what I mean is that a lot of the kind of software tools or products that were very intricate to create or develop and would require you to use no code tools like make.com or n8n or Zapier are now becoming very feasible with the assistance of AI coding tools and agent platforms like Claude Code and Cursor. And so, whereas previously you would use a make.com for specific scenarios, specific workflows, you can now strictly use Claude Code in one of these vibe coding or agentic engineering tools, or a combination of the two. In this video, I want to show how you can actually connect your AI voice agent. So we create these voice agents in the platform Retail, and you can connect these Retail agents to a database or command center, if you will. Uh, the database that we're going to use is called InsForge, which is used for all sorts of software products. It's branded as the back end for agentic development. Now, something like this, I would typically do and have done in a make.com. So once your voice agent is done with a call, it will retrieve specific information from the call. It'll get the transcript. It'll get the caller name. It'll determine the answers to certain questions that you may have embedded into the workflow. Like, could the AI have answered the question? Did the caller request a call back? It will go into your CRM. And then that data, that call data, will go into a Superbase module right here. So we'll actually go into a Superbase database. And this all will come through this make.com middleware workflow. But now you can actually bypass this middle step of make.com and go direct from the voice agent to the database, InsForge. And the way you do that is through what is called an edge function. And you build this edge function that'll allow the data to go from the voice platform to the database through vibe coding or agentic engineering. You can use a tool like Cursor. I have Cursor spun up here with Claude Code opened up within Cursor. And basically what we would do is we would have it create an edge function that would actually serve as the webhook, because it's typically how you would connect the voice platform to make.com as the middleware to get to the database, Superbase in those instances. In this case, you would create an edge function that would serve as the webhook. The webhook, this being a connection that holds packets of data. This would be the voice data that would then send that data to the InsForge backend database. And so the process is simpler than you might think. All you have to do is you go into the InsForge documentation. So you look up the InsForge documentation, docs.insforge.dev. You take that, you paste it into Cursor and describing what you are looking to achieve. So you can say something along the lines of, I'm going to pull up my voice agent here and say, so I've built out an edge function that transfers data from the voice agent platform Retail to the back-end database called InsForge. We should be hooked up to the InsForge platform already, but I have the documents here that just kind of give an understanding of how InsForge operates. I want to just go through the steps of creating that edge function, and if you could just tell me what that entails. So I've already built out the edge function, but I want to kind of show here what that process looks like, because all it is you just have to put in the prompt for it. You attach the documentation for InsForge, so it shows it'll know how to work with the connection in order to actually connect InsForge to the platform. So again, in this case, we're talking Cursor within InsForge. And I'm going to go into the project. So I'm in the InsForge project. Within InsForge, all you do is go to the top right where it says connect, and then you either click the terminal command here, which you can provide that to the agent, or you can connect directly through what they have here as the MCP. I like to go to mcp.json. I would click that and then paste that into the agent. And it'll automatically make the connection from there. And then you provide that documentation so that it just knows how it needs to operate. As you can see here, it says right here, one function. So I already had an edge function created. And so we come back here and it's looking through the code base and the documentation is going to give me back a response on what the steps are. But just to kind of show you what is required, what you have to do, because it is literally only 2 to 3 steps. And basically what will happen is once you've connected InsForge to Cursor and you say you want to create this edge function, then what you would do is you would just tell it what you want to do. You would tell it the data that you want to collect. So in the case of the voice platform and when we were doing it with make.com, if I pull up the Supabase module, you'll see what kind of information I was collecting from Supabase. Call number, created time, caller name, transcript, call summary, call recording, these questions that were answered. These are all data that I was collecting and that I put into Supabase. So these same fields you could collect with InsForge, and all you'd have to do is just prompt the agent to create those fields for you. So these are the ones that I had created: call ID, agent name, call type, the time of the call started, the time and ended, the duration. So you can collect these different data points, and it'll create the edge function for you. It'll literally just give you it's a URL that it'll give you. You just ask it to create it for you. It'll give you the URL. You copy that. You go into retail, and then in your retail agent, in the settings, you paste in that URL, that edge function, which is acting as the webhook in this scenario. So that when you have the call with the agent, or someone has a call with the agent, that data gets transferred over into InsForge. And so if I show here, I have 2 examples of just when I was testing it out in the database. You can see the two example call records right here, and the information that got stored. And so this is how it can be streamlined, right? This process of going from the voice agent to the database, whereas one would have had to build out this whole workflow, which is what we used to do. Now you can have it be a direct connection, and you create that connection simply through prompting rather than having to even build out the workflow yourself. And it makes it then easier in order to build out the dashboard that will be that will be the interface of the command center. So now having this information in the InsForge database, you can then go ahead in this same project on Cursor and say, I want to build a command center that shows the analytics of the voice agent, and it could show you the analytics. It could also be a platform that you query to look at different scenarios. It can give you different reporting around your voice agent. So this is very helpful for those who may be managing a voice agent, or those who maybe just want information on their voice agent. If you're working with a client who you've built out an agent for, a command center could just be helpful for them having that information. Or if you are someone who has a voice agent, you are a service business owner, then you can control it through that platform. And then this command center can serve different purposes. Maybe it's just for your voice agent. Maybe it's for other aspects of your business as well. But the tech now affords the opportunity to build out these kinds of things. So in a future video, I will be showing that process of building out that dashboard, and some examples of what I've done, and so how you can kind of go about creating that command center so that you can visualize the way your voice agent is performing. And so that's what I got with this one: how to connect your voice agent directly to a database, Xing out the middleman in this scenario of make.com. And this is not to say to never use make.com, or there is no place for this now. Because maybe you want a voice, a SMS module or step, but even that you could do with these AI tools. You have to just decide what's going to make the most sense, what's going to be the most frictionless for you, and then you take it from there. So that's it for this one, and I will see you guys on the next one.